Hello world, Bob here. I'll put the camera over there or you've got an exciting shadow on my face. You find me today on the island of Rousay in Orkney, and the sun is shining. The windmills are windmilling. We're at the Eleanor Bar, heart of Rousay boardwalk. Just because it's a nice high spot, we can have a look at the view. It's still silly early in the morning, it's not quite 9 o'clock yet. And then we're going to go and explore some Neolithic stuff. When we get up here, I'll give you a panoramic view. I'll speak to you again in a minute. So far this has been a trip for going wow, but we're now at this viewpoint. We can see a lot over there somewhere. I don't know if you can see it actually in the video, you probably can, but over there, that's Orkney mainland, where we came from. And as we come across, there's just many little bits of island out there. And there is a sign down here, I could name them all, but there's not much point really. The closest one here, that's Egglesey. We've got, cribbing off the sign here, we've got Stronsey, Ede, Sandy, back to Ede again, Westry over there. It's just fabulous. Beautiful. Oh, yeah, we're here at the beach seal spotting before we go anywhere else. Where are you? You know you're there. Can't see you in the... Oh, there you are, right in the middle. Gone. The sense of calm here is just phenomenal. It's the first holiday I think I've ever been on. Oh, you're back again. Hello, seal. Where we've been just playing it by ear. And there is no rush. We don't have to be anywhere. Apart from later on today to get the ferry back, but that's another story. It's fabulous up here. First visit today, we're going to Taversoe, Tuick, chambered cairn, which overlooks, that's the mainland over there in the distance, and up there just behind that opposite our car there is a gentleman mending dry stone walls with no shirt on, which is making me feel a bit pathetic by comparison. We're walking up the hill towards this first chambered cairn, and one of the things that we've noticed when we've been here, you can't, there's the cairn, look at that behind. You can't help but notice that, or suspect that these cairns, these burial places were put there where they are so that people, well, I have two possibilities. One is that people could see their ancestors looking down at them, and the other is so that the people who were buried were very much in the place they'd lived in, very much surrounded by it, and it seems to have been continued. If you go to the modern graveyards, they're often not in the villages or the towns, they're stuck out on headlands and promontories and isolated, but in the most fabulous places. And you can just imagine that if you'd lived here and grown up here, that you're put to rest somewhere surrounded by the place you've lived. So here we are, right? I think this is the tomb which is supposed to be multi-level.
It is multi-level.
This is multi-level, is it? There is a voice in the background, quick flash, that is Isabelle there, because I'm on holiday with my other half, my wife, my love, and we're having a lovely time. Let's go and explore this cairn. Right, okay, here we go. Taversoe, Tuick, chambered cairn. We've got the entrance. That's the original entrance there. I think that's where we're going. No, that is where we're going in altogether. So that's the top entrance. There's a modern dome over the top. A lot of these things have been partly dug up. We've got the upper chambers up here, and then we get to go down a ladder into the lower chamber, and then there's another entrance passage at the other side. So this is a multi-storey cairn, this one. And I mustn't walk on the cairn top. It can be muddy. There are low ceilings, and I've got to take care of the ladder. I can't do any of that because I am utterly distracted by the view. This might turn into wobbly vision at any moment. Ooh. Oh, it's not as low as some of them. Oh, am I going first? Here we go. Yes, I am not going to have to go down my hands and knees for this one. There we go. Gosh. Can you hear the silence? It's absolutely tremendous in these cairns. I'm a bit worried about the floor here. I can actually see gaps in the floor, but then I know that the floors in some of the houses I've lived in as a child were made like that. So this is the upper cairn. These side chambers. They all follow a very similar pattern, a lot of these cairns. You get the central chamber and then these side chamber. And then this one is different. There we go. So I'm going to hand over the phone to my intrepid camera person for a moment. So it's not too wobbly vision going down the stairs.
Is it press red?
It should be. It is recording. No, it is recording. Oh, well, I've got the microphone going and everything. So, right, okay. I shall be very elegant getting down here. Oh gosh, the ladder moves at the top. I was expecting that to be stapled on to the rocks. It's not. You could pull the ladder up once I'm down and just leave me here. Ooh. What have we got? Where can I put my feet? Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, it's a lot more sort of normally cairnish down here. Shall I take the camera? Thank you. Here we go. Down the ladder. Whoops. There's not much room to get your feet around here. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to just park my derriere on that, which is only just wide enough, and you can come down and I'll edit you out. Oh, the thickness of the rocks. Yes, that's one of those how did they move those around type of jobs, isn't it? So we have this week, we've been on the Orkney mainland, for a few days now, and we've visited all the usual tourist traps, and they are fantastic. I call them tourist traps, but they're fantastic. The big well-known cairn is Midhowe, and it was fascinating to go there because you get the guide and they tell you about the construction and the history of the things, but actually, if you're going to come here, go to Midhowe, yeah, but don't miss these places. These are amazing. Let's go and have a look in that little room at the other end, if I can get my shoulders out. This setup we've got here with these big vertical slabs, sort of creating internal stalls. That's the original entrance tunnel there then. Yeah, that's more what you expect to crawl down, isn't it? Something nice and low. Yeah, I mean, Midhowe's good, but coming to these other ones, there's something special about being in them on your own as well. It's just occurred to me, I don't know whether this actually matters or means anything, but this construction, these big slab partitions here, it's somebody's shining lights at me. It's very similar to the actual houses, don't you think? Yeah, I mean, they look almost like the sort of Neolithic houses. And there's the ferry coming back for another run. It's been sent back because I haven't locked the cairn properly. I didn't see a latch, but I'm told there's a latch. Oh, down there. Gosh, there we go. That would have been terrible. Something might have escaped. I'm going to get real live action shot of me locking this one now, just to prove that I can, you see. There we go. Right. Back down to the road. Normally I do walking type of videos, but today's a bit more of a hopping from place to place in the motor car and then exploring. Next one. Look at that view. Look at that view. Next place we're going to, just up there, Blackhammer, chambered cairn. There we go. These are all under the care of Historic Scotland. Actually, it's called Historic Environment Scotland now, but it used to be Historic Scotland. Most of them are actually free to get into. All these ones today are free, just there by the roadside. The big one, your Midhowe and your Skara Brae and places, and you do have to pay to get in those. These places are free and well worth every penny of the ferry cost it's going to get you to get here, which wasn't that bad either. I think about 20 quid away. Not bad. Exciting style to get over. Not messing about here, are they? Oh, there we go. Over we go. Agile, gazelle-like. Blackhammer chambered cairn. So we've got, I think we actually have an entrance passage to get in this one. Yeah, stalled chambers. Later wall cut through for modern access, number 4. Oh, back there somewhere. Nice. Oh, yes. Because we are in Scotland. There we go. Pink heather, blue skies, blue seas. What you don't get is the quite cold wind, but Is it not? Is it not that cold today? Okay. So Dizzy was just reminding me that these weren't bury your dead and forget about them places. Just walking around the outside of it now. These were places you came to visit. They weren't shut up. I mean, we don't know what they did now. There's nothing left here. The only reason that Orkney is so brilliant for Neolithic archaeology is that they didn't have any wood, so they built everything out of stone. It's very difficult to video and walk at the same time. So I'm just going to follow. Yeah, so we don't really know what they did with these mounds, but they are pretty sure that they weren't closed up. I'm going to stop videoing for a minute before I do fall into the... Having come the long way around, original Neolithic picture window there. That's the way in. Got some slidey hatch action. Oopsie daisy. Ooh. Right, here we go. Thank you. Oh, you holding that again? Very worried you're just going to leave me in one of these. Down, 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 down. Ooh. Like that. Thank you very much. And in we go. Ooh. Now this one is very long. Obviously the concrete stuff at the top, that's new. Somebody has chopped the top off it. It is. This is the longest one I've seen. So this one doesn't seem to have any side chambers, does it? Yeah, like the stalls, I suppose. Yes, okay. Yeah. Though once again, you do have to suspect that the view is part of why this is here. From up here, they can see the entire of their lives, where it was lived. Our next trick we will be exploring, because it says so up there on the sign, the Knowe of Yarso chambered cairn, Knowe. Yeah, there we go. On a high terrace on the hillside above you is a tube with a view. Now if we look at the hillside up there, can you see that bare patch? I think that's where it is. A bit more of a wander to get to this one. A narrow, rough, earthy path that's overgrown and loose in places, often muddy with long, occasionally steep slopes, where appropriate. It's strenuous. Are you braced? Right, let's go for it. Sometimes questions come up in life that you know you're never going to get the answer to, and one of them is, why do people have microwave ovens in their hedges?
My guess is they sell.
Descending this perilous, I could go crash at any moment, and you'll just hear screaming noises and see the picture bouncing around. Don't like grass slopes. Going down, can you see them at the bottom there? That's Midhowe Broch, and under the very agricultural looking building, that is Midhowe chambered cairn. And then we've got historic farmsteads and all sorts down here. What have we forgotten? No, I've got the water.
Definitely water, not ribena.
It's definitely water and not the ribena this time, yeah. Other fruit juices are available. Yeah. So I am burdened. We're going down to have our picnic lunch, so I talked Isabelle into eating sandwiches in the car and then changed my mind. So now we're taking all the chairs and tables and comfy picnic stuff down to the beach, because it's there, and I am looking forward to climbing up this hill again on the way back. Well, that was a longer walk than it had any right to be, but now we're here. So turn right to get to the cairn and the broch, but we are going to practice delayed gratification, and we're going to turn left instead and find somewhere magic rainbow spot, Goldilocks spot, out of the wind but in the sunshine, and have our rather cosy lunch. I see a seal. Can you see the seal? The seal can see us. I can see two seals. Sorry, I'm shouting. I'm overexcited. Wonderful. Having a bit of a sunbathe. Refreshed and lunched. We're on our way back towards the altar, but I have to show you. These are old, like, medieval farmhouses. I just have to show you. I just need to show you the moss, the lichen. I guess it's lichen growing on this building. It's amazing. Look at that. You can see, I know we're not in Scandinavia, but actually this place is almost Scandinavian, but you can see how these myths about trolls, creatures frozen by the sunlight, stone animals, come about when you see things like that. It's brilliant. It sounded a bit like that character that people of a certain age will remember from the Fast Show, the one who used to walk along going, "What about stone buildings with lichen on there? Brilliant!" Beaches all made out of rock, they're brilliant too. Sunshine on the Orkney Islands, brilliant. Building looks very industrial or agricultural from a distance, but this end of the building is anything but. As I was saying, it's more churchy. This is what is now protecting Midhowe chambered cairn. So just to refresh you on where we are and the view. Brilliant. Here we go. 5,400 years old. And it's dark. Right, is that what that's what we're looking at then. The Great Ship of Death. Midhowe chambered cairn. It's big. It's probably the biggest one we've seen. And interesting. It's interesting that this is normally you go in them and they've been obviously archaeologized, emptied out. This one has as well, but it still looks, there's all that rock piled down there. It's a bit more untouched somehow. And as you were saying, this seems to be a feature of these, so we call them the more linear chambered tombs. Well, don't have the sort of little rooms of them. This end chamber, definitely more of a sort of enclosure at the far end from the entrance. 5,400 years old. Used tombs, the ones you go in that haven't been damaged and that are still covered in soil, have an atmosphere. You can feel the weight of time in them. This one's broken open and it has a bit of that, but this building, although it's sort of industrial and ironwork and girders, feels a bit like a cathedral or something in here. The sound of the sea outside as well. And the only other noise is the creaking of my boots as I walk along this catwalk. I'm guessing it's something to do with the tides, but when we were on the other side of here yesterday, we could see this huge wall of breaking waves coming in across here. Zoom in a bit. And earlier on, they weren't here. Beginning to blow in now. Now the tide's well on its way out, so I'm guessing it's something to do with that. I'm guessing there's a bar there, it comes shallow there. Now the tide's going out, going to start big breaking waves across there. This is supposed to be one of the nastiest pieces of water there is. The Midhowe Sound, that being the island of Midhowe out there. All looks pretty special today. I probably mentioned in a previous video that I suddenly discovered that I like the seaside, and I never thought about it. I never realised I did. This little holiday is wonderful. I cannot recommend Orkney enough. Apart from the fact that one of the wonderful things about it in September is that there aren't very many people here, so don't come. It's beautiful. It's ringing something in my heart is Orkney. I could live here. It feels like the right sort of scale of place. I'm sure the weather's appalling some of the time. It's been appalling some of this week, but it is fabulous. It feels so calm. Still. Oh no, I've found what Isabelle will want. I found a little miniature private swimming pool down there. I must not tell her. Anyway, we are now, well, Izzy's wandering back there. We're now about to go. That's Midhowe Broch. Describe what brochs are. I'm going to swap hands. Get a bit of woolly mitten action there for a moment. They're halfway between houses and castles, I think. Round, twin walls. Very, very old. Iron Age, though. Not as old as that chambered cairn was. Yeah. I said I was going to keep saying wow, and I just wow. And that little swimming spot looks good, but look at this channel here. It's like natural fortification. I want to try and video this without falling off the edge. Can't actually see the bottom, but I can hear the water going up at the other end. I mean, I assume that's natural, or do you think somebody's cut that? Who knows? We're going to go around to the broch. I like the look of that stonework they've done on the end. More recent. It smells very powerfully of seaweed here. So here we go then, into the broch. There is our ditch and our boundary. It's a rampart wall. big wall, he said, king of the inane comments. Oh, this is a good place to see how they've got twin walls. The one we looked at yesterday, was it the Broch of Cairn? That had a much bigger gap, didn't it, in the walls? It was actually big enough to sort of crawl through or walk through sideways. Though I guess this has fallen down somewhat, hasn't it? Yeah, a bit tumbly down. Yes. And everywhere you go in these buildings or the tombs, these big slab dividers of stone. I presume this is all just stuff they've collected, piled up there. The archaeologists, I mean, not them who built the place. So another door, hinge stone there. It's almost like a little porch here then. The suggestion was that these might be guardhouses or places to keep your dogs by the entrance. It's a good big doorway. And in you come. Into the Broch. Oh goodness, it's dark in there. I wonder if we can turn the light on. Will that make any difference at all? What can we see? Just try not to smash my... Well, here we can see the double walls disappearing off round. That looks like a staircase going up there above us. They were multi-floored, some of these buildings. Oh, yeah, let's look at the other side because there was a hole at the other side. This hole is further down. Now then, I just put that bag down there. There's a chamber right inside the door. That's a typical sort of, I think, ceiling. Got my rucksack on, so I'm stuck in the doorway. This is what a lot of the early cairns are like. The ceilings just go up and up and up like that until they're close enough to meet the top. Beep, beep, beep. This Robert is reversing. I can see it now actually, but you can have a look. Clockwise or anti-clockwise? I'm going to go Widdershins today. It's a good game when you come to these, trying to guess where you'd have gone. I reckon that's a wall. I reckon this is the entrance. You come in here. There's another door there. Seem to have a way round. And all this central hearth. Wow, this partition wall in here is fantastic. Excuse me, I'm not talking to you, the video people in that tone of voice, by the way. I'm not male. I'm talking to you. Well, you know, you get those low partitions. You see all those little walls. Look at those. Those are actually, you could imagine those being there for privacy. Not the sort of 2 foot of stuff in other places. Well, we're obviously not supposed to go that way, so I won't go that way. I'll just... Cupboards and walls, and obviously all the metal strapping on these stones is new. Now let's look up a bit. So there was a suggestion at the Broch of Cairn. I maybe get that name wrong, I'm doubting myself now. But these sorts of stones along here were where you might have rested the next floor. Sort of makes sense. You can certainly see it carrying on round this side here. Yeah, the one that was like one of the tomb sort of cysts. Oh, the one on the other side that just goes away into the distance. Yes, I did. Yes.
It shows that wall.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Huh. I wonder if that's a natural doorway or if some of it's fallen down. So this is another feature we've seen in other places, is a sort of chamber dug underground. Of course, I'm not sure what they were for, whether it's water storage or something ceremonial. That seems to be the excuse for most things. Personally, I think it's for misbehaving children. So, this one then, I think at a later date, it's been turned into 2 separate rooms. So we've got a separate fireplace here. Got your little tub down there on the floor. Apparently they were lined in clay and they used to keep water in them, either for cooking or maybe to keep your fish fresh or something. Yeah, it's easy to see how this one has been partitioned into 2 separate living spaces. All modern conveniences. What I can't see in here is where there might have been a staircase, although the other one suggested that there might well have been a set of steps originally up to, say, that level there. And then somewhere either side of that there would have been some steps leading up through the walls, in the gap between the walls. Absolute mad mishmash of rocks in here. Brilliant. It's brilliant. Age dwellings. Brilliant. This is the sea wall that they've built below the Broch here. I think it's brilliant. They could have done it in concrete, probably is underneath, but they've done it in something really quite sympathetic to the original building back there. I like that. Here we go. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but the tide's really running now, and all the way across there there's now a sort of row of standing waves over in that sort of direction, where the water must be running over shallows. Rushing it is, rushing. I was just bemoaning the fact that the car is parked all the way up there. You can probably just about see it, and we've got to climb all the way up the hill. When we discovered that there's a whole extra couple of little houses here behind the Broch. And, yeah, separate little room there. So this one's got the original IKEA Billy bookcase in this one. So there are no new ideas in heaven and earth ratio. I don't know what the date of these is. I think they're probably contemporary with the Broch, are they? I suspect. What's a village here? This little house here, as well as the floor's not very even, apologies for the noises, as well as the bookcases there. This one's got little steps going up, which is intriguing. Where did they go? What was upstairs? And this is all sort of edges onto this ditch behind the Broch, which looks like it's built onto the sea stone out there. Super. Time to wrap up this video now. We are back at the ferry terminal. It's a bit of a grand word for it. It's a jetty. There's a sort of 6-foot square ticket office back there. Also a heritage centre and a do-it-yourself cafe, which is open 24 hours. So, you know, if you get yourself stuck here, at least you can get a hot brew. It's been an amazing day. We've been here all day. We've got the ferry just after 8 o'clock this morning. It's about 4:30 now. Ferry is in about an hour to go back. I doubt we've done everything on this island. we failed to find a place called the Knowe, K-N-O-E of Nairo, N-A-I-R-O. It's on the map. It's up there. It's another chambered cairn. Just couldn't find the easy way to it. It wasn't signposted like all the other ones. But I don't feel like we've missed out too much. And just having a wander on the jetty now. The love of my life makes herself a cup of tea. It has been the most beautiful day. And I know these videos are ostensibly about mental health. I don't know what that touches on today, apart from saying that I feel fabulous being just both out of the world and very in touch with the world at the same time. It's fresh air, climate. And yeah, let's stop at that. Might be a little bit more. You know, who knows? Never expected anything, do you? But for now, I should say, bob out.